On June 18, 1815, Napoleon Bonaparte lost the Battle of Waterloo. He was sent to a lonely island in the Atlantic, and Europe was remade by his enemies. But what if he had won? In our timeline, Waterloo ended the Napoleonic Wars. The French emperor was crushed by a coalition of British, Dutch, and Prussian forces. But the battle was close. Napoleon had better troops and a legendary mind. A few different orders, a few earlier reinforcements, and history might have turned. In this timeline, Napoleon's marshals arrive earlier. The Prussians are delayed. Wellington's line breaks. By evening, the French army stands victorious on a field of captured cannons. Napoleon rides through the wreckage, not as a prisoner, but as emperor once again. A victorious Napoleon keeps his throne. France dominates Western Europe. The Netherlands, parts of Germany, and northern Italy remain under French control. The Congress of Vienna collapses. The old monarchies of Europe, Britain excepted, are forced to deal with France as the continent's leading power. Britain, safe behind the Channel, becomes Napoleon's greatest enemy. The Royal Navy blockades French ports. The two powers fight a long Cold War across the oceans. Without a continental ally, Britain turns even more to its empire, tightening control over India, Africa, and the Americas. Napoleon's earlier sale of Louisiana had already doubled the size of the United States. With France strong again, American expansion westward becomes more tense. Mexico, still weakened by independence wars, looks to Europe for protection. French influence grows in Latin America, challenging the Monroe Doctrine before it is even born. Napoleon's greatest legacy was not war. It was the Napoleonic Code, a system of laws that swept away feudal privileges and spread across Europe. With France victorious, this legal revolution goes further. By the 1820s, much of Europe uses one rational, uniform system of justice. In our timeline, the humiliation of Napoleon helped create German nationalism. Without that unifying enemy, Germany remains a patchwork of small kingdoms and duchies for much longer. There is no Prussian-led unification in 1871. The power balance of Europe looks completely different. Russia is the giant in the east. Napoleon's disastrous invasion of 1812 is still fresh in memory. A victorious Napoleon does not invade Russia again, but he builds alliances with the Ottomans and Persians to contain it. The Crimean War, when it comes, is different and perhaps bloodier. France under Napoleon invests heavily in science, engineering, and education. The metric system spreads faster. French becomes the language of diplomacy and science across Europe. The Industrial Revolution still begins in Britain, but France industrializes sooner and more evenly. Napoleon is only 46 in 1815. With victory, he could rule for another 20 years. His son, Napoleon Roman II, becomes the heir to a stable dynasty. The Bonaparte family replaces the Bourbons as France's royal house. European politics becomes a family business. By mid-century, the world is split between two great systems, the French-led Continental Order and the British-led Maritime Empire. The United States expands across the continent, wary of both. Latin America leans toward France. Africa becomes the new prize, colonized earlier and more aggressively by all sides. Napoleon's victory at Waterloo would not have made the world peaceful. It would have made it French. But it also shows how one battle can reshape law, language, empire, and identity for generations. History does not just belong to generals. It belongs to the moments they seize or lose. Waterloo was not just a defeat for Napoleon. It was a victory for the old order of Europe and a step toward the world we know. Without it, France, Germany, Britain, and the Americas all developed differently. The modern map might speak French, but it would also be less free. Some victories cost more than battles.